stand just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. It's not. Manchester United, through no fault of their own, through the fault of the media this time, have been delivered another L. You know, we thought Alexis Sanchez coming back from the words of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's mouth was bad enough. But no. In the last half an hour, we have just been just ridiculed even further. And look, there is just, when you think about it, there was no logical way that Manchester United were going to be signing a player this morning. But literally in the last half an hour, Sander Berge, who is a 21-year-old Norwegian who plays for Genk, centre defensive midfielder, a player that's been linked with Liverpool in the past, and a player that would be... Look, why did we believe this? Well, we believed it because the Manchester Evening News and another journalist from the Evening Standard both tweeted that Sander Berge is at Carrington to do a medical. Now, this is what we are up against. We've been talking about... The United Stand's a fan channel, right? We talk about transfers, we talk about news. Unless we say, we've been told this 100%, like we were about Alexis Sanchez 2 years ago, we're just reacting to news. But what chance do we have as football fans when yet another media outlet has absolutely led us up the garden path? It's just ridiculous. They are in such a rush to be first with the sensational story that they have put out in the last half an hour, Manchester Evening News and a journalist on the Evening Standard, that Sander Berge is at Manchester United for a Carrington medical. It turns out it's a 15-year-old keeper. Like, it is embarrassment of the highest level. And people wonder why. This month especially, Sky Sports saying Bruno's virtually done and sending journalists to Lisbon 2 weeks ago. It's just an absolute mess. An absolute mess. And this is one thing we can't put on Manchester United. This is put on journalists trying to rush something through quickly without actually checking the facts. And the sad thing about this is that for a moment there, I actually fell into the trap myself. And I thought, you know what? Manchester Evening News, they do have links in with the club. Evening Standard the same. If they're saying Sander Berge's at Carrington for a medical, this is massive. This is huge. This is totally left field. This is totally what we need. Maybe the injury to Matic has forced them into signing a centre defensive midfielder, because that's what he is. He's 21. He's making a step up. He's been linked to Liverpool in the past. Norwegian link with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. This is exciting. This is a left field signing for United. This is quick. We've not even heard anything about it. It doesn't make any sense, but this is really great. And it doesn't make any sense because it's not bloody true. It's not true. We're not in for Sander Berge. He's not at Carrington. It's not going to happen. This is just supposedly credible outlets getting worse and worse because they want to be first with a story, and they have been first with a story. They've been first with a "we're a bunch of prats" story. I mean, it's going to take a bit of recovering from this. It really is. It's embarrassing. Do not, if you are a blue tick journalist, tweet stuff out about players being at Carrington for a medical unless you are 100% sure you are right. And you know what? To wait 20 minutes and save the millions of United fans on social media, excitement, and now, frustration, it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm loath to even talk about what sort of a player Sander Berge is. I mean, look, in 6'5" centre defensive midfielder, is he what I would like? No. He's good at the press. He's good at tackling, but he's not particularly agile. He's a bit like Matic, and I think whatever you think about Matic in the modern game, it's a bit problematic. But look, I think we all would have took the player. But no, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I can't believe. I don't think. I don't think United have ever been this embarrassing, and it's not United's fault. It's not United's fault. This is the press doing this. But yeah, the story 20 minutes ago was that Sander Berge of Genk, 21-year-old, is at Manchester United at Carrington for a medical, and about 10 minutes after that, the people saying it with their blue ticks had to retract it and said, "Developing story, doesn't look like it's him. False alarm, it's not him." Like, you can tweet out Sander Berge's at Carrington for a medical with United, and then 15 minutes go, "Oh, false alarm, story developing, it's a 15-year-old reserve goalkeeper." I mean, come on. You can't, there's lessons to be learned here. If you're going to be journalists, be a fucking journalist. Don't start going with, like, you know, we might be right, so let's jump. Leave that to bloody fan channels. You know, we can talk bollocks. You know, that's what we're here to do. We can overanalyze stuff. That's what we're here to do as fans. But at least start doing your profession and actually start learning it out. But Bright Olafur Sanso says, what happens if we don't sign anyone? Well, we may not sign anybody, but that's your update on Sander Berg. I think it's been a really bad month for journalism, whether it's Sky Sports, BBC, Manchester Evening News, or whoever. I think collectively they've got to take a look at themselves and try and be a little bit more, accurate. And I think there's so much focus on being first. Everybody wants to be first. We saw it last summer. I think Duncan Castles did it a couple of times. 2 weeks before a deal was done with Harry Maguire or Wan-Bissaka, and he's saying it's a done deal. Well, look, football fans are far more intelligent now. A done deal is when they're there holding the shirt up, and especially with United, you've got to be pretty much on the button with it. So it's a shame. It's a shame because actually Manchester Evening News last night said the fact that Bruno Fernandes is playing for Sporting tells you how far away a deal is. Quite far away. And then they're saying Sander Berg's turning up. I mean, Sander Berg's apparently might be off to Sheffield United. But at this moment in time, it's a 15-year-old goalkeeper. It's not him. Ollie on Alexi with a smile. Attack on Ed. Good, says Jenks 1102. Look, the Alexis Sanchez comments from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer are ridiculous. Speaking to a lot of people after the video I've just done on that. I've heard that Barcelona might be in for Bruno Fernandes. I think that's a little bit premature. It's not really a credible outlet. We'll see what happens with that. The bottom line is, if United miss out on Bruno Fernandes, it's on United, isn't it? But yeah, we've gone from excitingly out of the blue signing a central defensive midfielder to it being a 15-year-old reserve goalkeeper. That's Manchester United for you. Tune in the next half an hour for the next big L delivered by this football club. I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think the proof was in Ole. Did Ole come across to you as somebody who looked like he was about to sign a player out of the blue? He didn't, did he? He didn't. Anyway, look, Flex and Rants is up at 1 o'clock. That's your Sander Berg update. A lot of people are a little bit confused about what's going on. Just ridiculously embarrassing. There is talks about us being in advanced talks, though, for this Enrique guy as a director of football. Now, I mentioned him on the show last night. Formerly of PSG. Speak to any PSG fan. The bloke is a joke. He's an absolute joke. He's not credible. He's not good. He's not got a great pedigree. He's not going to be a great director of football. This would be a joke appointment by Manchester United to give this guy the job. But L'Equipe are saying that we're in advanced talks with Enrique, who used to be a sort of director of football transfer guru for PSG. And a lot of PSG fans feel he was an absolute joke at that job. So, well done, United. Go and get a director of football, but get somebody who's absolutely shit. Typical. Anyway, look, thanks everyone for watching. Only a very, very quick one. It caught me on the hop because I'm still in my bloody glasses, I've just realised. But Flex and Rant Show at 1 o'clock, and obviously I'll go live if there's anything else happening throughout the day. But the most important video of the day, go and check out Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference reaction. That's the real news of the day. Click the eye in the top right hand corner or go through the homepage, because that was real and that was stunning. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.